Welcome to Out of Home Insider, the first podcast made just for media and marketing executives to help simplify the conversation about how offline attention drives online conversion. My name is Tim Rowe, and for the past 3 years, I've been interviewing industry experts for their unique insight into understanding this connection and the unique nuance required to create alchemy in the real world, the blending of marketing, art, and science to create memorable brand experiences that drive impact you can measure. Today's recap is of episode 95 with Jess Fitzpatrick, senior media trader at Buyers and Sellers, a UK-based shop that is upending the way brands and celebrities build their brand using a model more similar to Costco than the traditional ad agency to create incredible leverage for their clients and in a way that adds value for media owners and publishers alike. Out of Home does seem to have this magnetism I'm noticing. It has a magnetism of people who love to explore, and Jess is one of those people who loves to explore. Out of Home seems to be this kind of ultimate playground for the person who loves sales and marketing and has an entrepreneurial itch to scratch. Jess came to Out of Home by way of the magazine industry, and her timing couldn't have been better, saying that tongue in cheek, starting just 6 months before COVID locked the world down, especially in the UK where Jess is based for the next 2 years. What's interesting, though, about the business model of Buyers and Sellers is that it thrived during COVID. And because really they're more like an inventory wholesaler than a traditional ad agency that's maybe putting together a campaign, layering in multiple elements, overseeing the creative, that sort of thing. Instead, Buyers and Sellers sticks to one core competency, and that's buying at wholesale and selling in bulk. So during COVID, this model actually got a lot of traction and helped propel their business into a really strong position in 2023. They essentially go to media owners and they say, hey, we'll buy 10% of all of your space guaranteed at this discounted rate. Media owners love it because it gives them a floor to their revenue for the year. They know they're starting out with some amount of guaranteed sold space, got revenue on the books, even if it's at a discount because it's reducing the overall risk profile. Now they can go make all the money they can selling the rest of the inventory. What's so interesting about this business model is that the same consumer mindset we all exhibit at some point, the bulk buying phenomena of just buying even more stuff of of whatever you're already buying because you're getting such a good deal, even if you don't need 15 jars of mayonnaise right now. And that's the Costco model. What Jess and her team started to find was that the big celebrities and social media influencers, the brands who were coming and signing up for these campaigns, they wanted to buy even more of it because they were getting such a great deal. The majority of Jess's clients are buying strictly for the purpose of brand marketing. They're not tying it to any specific performance metric, purely for vanity. In fact, when Jess helped her international mega client Gymshark get launched in Times Square, the picture of the founding team and their billboard was trending number 2 on Twitter. And that's their whole pitch to clients. They just make it easy, which is a recurring theme that I don't think gets talked about enough, and that's the simplicity of doing what works. We tend to get wrapped up in what could be or having to always evolve rather than finding one thing that works and getting great at that. For Jess and Buyers and Sellers, that is making it really easy for you to do brand marketing on the best digital spectacular billboards in top global cities around the world. That's what they do. Jess said this: real-world campaigns are part of your memorable brand story. Jeremy Watkins, CEO of Spotlight Media, back on Guest Spotlight episode 110, said something similar, talking about how seeing a 3D billboard on the Las Vegas Strip isn't an ad, it's a brand experience. Yes, the creative medium itself is designed to be an ad, but in the mind of the consumer, it's something entirely different. We'll be talking more about this in an upcoming series, but the value of that brand experience can be quantified, and it's up to 2 to 4 times more valuable than the standard rate of return on ad spend. So if you're getting a 50 times return on your money, it's 2 times to 4 times even more valuable than that. It's super interesting stuff. I'll leave you with this. I saw a post the other day that had these 3 quotes in it on the conversation between brand and performance marketing, and I thought this would be a good place to share them. From Simon Peel, Global Media Director at Adidas. Adidas thought only performance drove e-commerce sales. In fact, it was brand activity driving 65% of sales. Simon Peel, Global Media Director. Jose Antonio, CEO of ASOS, they're a holding company of 17 of the top UK fashion brands. Jose Antonio, CEO of ASOS, said ASOS's profits plunged 105% last quarter. The result of putting more than 80% of its spend on performance marketing. Profits plunged 105% last quarter, the result of putting more than 80% of its spend on performance marketing. I'm the CEO. And lastly, this one's been making the rounds, and I love this one. This is from Dave Stephenson, the CFO at Airbnb. Love when the CFO gets in on the marketing combo too. In 2019, before the pandemic, we shifted our marketing strategy to be more brand driven and even less dependent on search engine marketing. We made that shift and it's proven to have been the right shift, not only in 2019, but in 2020 and 2021. The secret is out. Now, it's harder to measure for those smaller brands or local mom and pop business, but these companies have incredibly vast teams of data scientists that sit here and mull over the data. And these are their top level executives telling you this right there. You, their shareholders, this is what we are changing about our business. We are focusing on the brand. Speaking of brand, head over to oOhire.com if you're looking to write your next chapter in out of home. It's a great place to start. It's the first free career marketplace exclusively for out of home. That's oOhire.com. And as always, if you found this to be helpful, please share it with somebody else who could benefit. As always, make sure to subscribe, smash that like button, and leave the podcast a review. The biggest thing you can do to help is to share and leave a review. So until next time, see you.